Well, hello there, my fine gardening friends. How the devil are you? It is the first weekend in April. April 1st, yesterday, I do believe, something like that. Hope you didn't get fooled too much anyway. And we're into spring. Well, springish. It was snowing all yesterday morning, then it turned to rain. Today, beautiful blue skies outside. If a bit on the breezy side, and I've got some veg popping their heads up, as you can see here, some rockets stroke arugula and some mixed lettuce there. And in my film you can see there I've got the chilies and the tomatoes that I planted a few weeks ago. They've popped themselves up in the little chicken dishes that I use, and they're going nice and strong at the moment. I'm still leaving them in the house because we've still got a few cold nights, maybe another week, and I'll bring them in here in the greenhouse, and if it gets too cool I'll cover them with some, you know, extra fleece, etc. And along the side there, as you can see, I've got some different seed trays just planted, sewn up, and I'm just waiting for something to come out. Normally I'll stick it all in the house. Noise misses F quite a bit, but I get them germinating in the house. But I thought I'd see how we're going to get on with a few things in the greenhouse, you know, because like I said, it's warming up now, and definitely when the sun's out in the greenhouse it's warming nicely. It's about 8 degrees outside today, positively balmy. So what am I talking about today? Can't remember. Oh, that was it, yeah. So we are into spring, as I said, and I thought I would bring up some of my favourite tools that I normally use. You know, we've all got our favourite tools, and we're all going to be using them quite a bit now going forward. And I thought I might, if you haven't got these tools, it might give you a few ideas, or some ideas for some presents for your other half, etc. So what are my favourite gardening tools? Now, we've all got our normal, hang on, our normal go-to things, like, you know, our garden forks and our ordinary secateurs and our ordinary trowels, etc. But I've got a couple of tools that maybe not everybody uses, but I thought I'd go through them. Then in no particular order. So, you know, number one is not going to be my top one, but in the order of which I can pick them up. So my first one is these snipe nose secateurs. I really like these because, you know, unlike, they're a bit more sort of finesse, a bit more of a finesse tool than these ones. These ones are, you know, you're going to do thicker branches, etc. These are a bit knackered, these ones, but these ones here, I always find I can get in, especially when I'm cutting flowers, etc. And I can get a better cut in the plants and do a bit more finesse, as I say, with my pruning with these ones. So these, I call them my slim nose ones. I like them. Got them from Canadian Tire. There's no particular affiliate. I'm not affiliated to them anywhere like that. That's why I got them. So wherever you are in the world, have a look out for these little beauties. Anything like this, they are a very handy tool to have. So that was my number 5. Number 4. Where's number 4? Number 4 is this. The Dutch hoe. Now, I have not seen this in any garden store that I've been in since I've come to Canada, and I have absolutely no idea why, because this is one of my top tools in the garden. Well, it's one of my top 5 tools, isn't it? But it could be in the top 2. This I use for weeding, if you don't know. You know, in Britain, this is a commonly used tool. You see it in all the things around the bazaars. But I've not seen it in any garden stores at all. In fact, I had to, my sister bought it for me, and I cut it off, and I've used the broom handle. I brought it over in my case when I came back from the UK sometime. But this is what I normally see over here. Ooh, this sort of hoe. Now that's all very, it's okay, and you know, it will, of course, lifting the roof off there, the old wind. But this one, really good for lots of weeding of big areas. You could just, as you see, you just slide it underneath, just underneath the earth, and it chops the weeds off just underneath there. Bang! And you can get a good bit of action going. I've got another tool. No, I haven't. But you can see it in the video. Get a good bit of action back and forth like that, and you can cover a lot of ground really easy. And it's really good for rows of vegetables, etc. Because obviously you can just go down the side of the rows, bang, bang, and a lot more efficient than that other type of hoe. So you can get it on Amazon. Unfortunately, I don't always want to big Amazon up, you know, because I'd like to be able to sort of send you to your local store, but have a look and ask them to see if they can get hold of this or if they've ever heard of it. Other than that, you know, this is a top tool. Really is one of my favourite tools. So that's 2 down, 3 to go. What else we got? Aha! My 2-wheeled wheelbarrow. Now, I hadn't seen one of them before, but I got that in Canadian Tire as well. But what a handy piece of kit that is, especially as I'm doing lots of remodelling around the garden, like the big rocks that I have everywhere. So moving all those rocks around and lots of earth, etc. Really good, you know, you can get a good bit of stuff in there. They're very durable, and the main thing when you've got all of that stuff is they're really stable. Obviously the 2 wheels at the front there makes it nice and stable when you're going along. You know, sometimes you think, whoa, if you've got too much in there, giving it a bit of ship roll. But yeah, 2 wheels, really good. So that is a really handy bit of kit. I really like that. Recommend that 2-wheeled wheelbarrow if you can find it around. Very good bit of kit. Right, number 2. So 3 down, 2 to go. 3 down, 2 to go. This slim-nosed trowel, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's got a technical name, but this is a really good tool for weeding. Now, especially if you're weeding with trying to weed perennials out, because obviously you just slip it in, give it a bit of a lever back and forth down the side of the, you know, because it has a long tap root, especially dandelions, things like that. They have long tap roots, don't they? So you can slide it in there, lever it back and forth, and then it makes it really easy to be able to sort of pull the whole of the weed and the root out, obviously, because if you leave a bit of the root in there, it will grow back again. So this is really good for the weeding. And then if you're planting plugs, obviously you just push in, lever back and forth, and then you just plant the plug in, and you're not moving too much soil, you're not disturbing too much soil. And if you're into the old sort of no dig gardening, you know, whereas you try not to disturb any soil as much as is possible, that is a really good way of doing that, because you just little back and forth, and it's obviously nice and slim. And the same with bulbs as well. It's really good for bulbs. Slip it in, back and forth, and then drop the actual bulb in, and then pull it out. Away you go. So that is a really good bit of kit. So number 1. Now, I could have thought of this one. I like this. Someone bought me this. This is really good for weeding. So you can just, again, like a sort of hoe, you just pull that back and forth. But no, not that. What is it? What is not my handy plastic? What it is these pallet seed trays. Now, I know you're thinking garden tool, but it is a garden tool, isn't it? It's something I use to enable me to grow things. And pallet seed trays, absolutely brilliant. The reason they're brilliant is, number 1, they're cheap, obviously. All it only costs me is the price of a few nails to nail them together. I can get them free down the local hardware store. Just go down there. Normally they want to get rid of a few. Really durable. Obviously, you know, you could, with the plastic ones, they're I know this is not a proper plastic one, but you know, they can crack and get smashed and stuff like that. With these ones, you know, you can bash them about and put them on top of all, and they're not going to break. You can make them any size you want. Well, any size as long as the pallet itself. If you want one that big, you can make one that big. But that is a top tool to me. These pallet seed trays, and they look good as well, I think. So there you go. Quick video. Top 5 tools. My slim trowel. Slim nose secateurs. This absolutely superb Dutch hoe. The 2-wheeled wheelbarrow. And my pallet seed trays. Top 5 garden tools. Let me know what your favourite tools in your when you use in your garden are, and we can trade some ideas there, can't we? So anyway, I've got some more seeds to plant now, so job's definitely a good one.